that I think we have some trials set on the 15th of April, and we'll need to look at those because that's Good Friday.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. This is Judge Alyssa Perez presiding over the 210th District Court Civil Docket for March 16th, 2022. All matters being heard today are being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. Mr. Pantoja, would you call our next case, please? Our first case.
3209 on page 1, Judge.
Okay.
Cause number 2020 DCV 3209, Jennifer Zamaripa et al. Versus Rosa Lidia Canava. Announcement of council, please.
Good morning, Jonathan Baeza on behalf of Daniela Labinati for the plaintiff.
Randy Grambling on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Good morning, and I did receive, I believe everyone was copied on this, somewhat of an update via email from Ms. Labinati, indicating that the parties would be going to mediation on March 30th. Are we still on track there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Now, this is one that I think I was mentioning on April 15th trial date. It says that we are set for trial on April 15th, which is Good Friday.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so that I can assure you is not going to happen.
Okay.
So anticipate, let me see. Let me go back to Odyssey because I was just working off the email. Of course, we're going to have our fingers crossed for that mediation. Let me look. Do we have a setting before, even before the docket call? Because normally we would not, let me see. Nope. So mediation is March 30th. Let's come back on April 6th. And that will be our final, a reset, I guess, of the final civil pretrial today. That'll be so we can check on mediation and get you reset on a trial because of that conflict. What I will tell you is we are now transitioning into what is essentially, I think, a reopening. And we will no longer be limited by selecting panels and competing with other courts. So it might be, we're gonna have more flexibility. I'll just put it that way. So when we come back on April 6th, anticipate that if you all need to go to trial, we should be able to squeeze you in sooner than we had been in the past. So good luck at mediation. Is there anything else that needed to be addressed?
No, Your Honor, just because I need to let people know, we for sure are not going to trial on April the 18th.
That's correct. April 15th is it's a county holiday. So that's not going to happen. And okay. I'll tell you that we will be in trial the previous week, which may make the court a little out of pocket anyway. So
we would be looking, we'll be on April 6th. If we don't settle, we'll get a resetting for a new trial date.
Correct. And what I'm saying with the reopening is we might be able to do that quickly. You know, we may be able to get a quick turnaround. So if you know right after March 30th that we don't have this resolved, start talking about dates, pick a few dates that you think will work, and I'll do my best to fit you in and get you a panel, okay?
Okay, I do anticipate it will settle.
I sure hope so. That'll make life a little bit easier for me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, gentlemen. Take care.
You too.
Who's next, Shui?
Okay, Judge, 359, bottom of page 1.
Okay.
It's cause number 2021 DCB 0359, Armando Tiscareno Jr. versus William Avila et al. Announcement, council, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Offier from Lovett Law Firm on behalf of the plaintiff.
Morning.
Good morning, Judge. Christina McLaughlin on behalf of Mr. Avila.
Good morning, Your Honor. Josh Radaba on behalf.
Okay, we're here for a status hearing. How are we doing? We don't have our jury trial till November.
We're doing well. We are trying to schedule mediation right now, and then we have to get Mr. Avila's deposition. Maybe we can do that without, or we can mediate without that, though.
Okay, great. So, you know, we have a little bit of a window here, but, you know, the sooner you can get that done. I've heard some things that mediations have been difficult to schedule with mediators being booked and things of that nature. So if you'll be diligent about doing that, we won't see you again until September 7th, unless you all need a hearing on something. Sound
Thanks,
good?
Judge.
All
That
right.
works, Your Honor.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Your
Thank you,
Honor,
Judge.
Monday.
I'm sorry. I have a 10:30 with you. Do you want me to just stay on?
Which one is it?
It is Chapado v. Olivares.
So I have a notation here. It's with Mr. Perez.
Yes,
It says waiting for settlement draft. Are we just waiting for paperwork from you all, or has that been?
he's working on a lien.
Okay, okay. So I'm okay as long as Mr. Perez shows up later with probably doing some type of reset unless you need to tell me something, Ms. McLaughlin.
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, no, you're good to go.
Okay, may I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Everybody else, Mr. Alfiero, you're good to go. Okay, who's next, Chewy?
Hey, Judge, 2962 on page 2.
What?
It's cause number 2019 DCB 2962. Jose Francisco Amaguer et al. Versus Claudia Vargas. Announcement of council, please.
Joseph Shelley on behalf of the plaintiff.
And Chris Johnston here on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Vargas.
Good morning, gentlemen. Final status conference. Where are we?
Your Honor, me and Mr. Johnston spoke yesterday, and we're in the process of trying to get this case settled.
Mhm.
I think we may need a new trial setting on this one. I know we've mediated this case. We hadn't done any depositions on this case, but I think me and Mr. Johnson are going to be able to resolve this case. But that's where we're at right now.
So, Mr. Johnson, if you're in agreement with that, how much of a timetable do you think you need? Maybe 6 months or?
My problem, Your Honor, is
Mhm.
that I am retiring in June. And so if possible, would it be to get a trial date before then? That way I don't have to get in a new attorney to train him to take this over.
So you all have a May 6th trial. When in June? Are you latter June, begin? I mean, I can put you in June if you're not leaving us until the end of June. But other than that, I mean, your trial date's May 6th, so.
Okay. What had happened is I think this case will settle. I agree with Joe on this. But what's happened is that I think he's having some client trouble, and having a trial date still set may help push getting reasonable minds together.
Okay, so we're gonna leave our settings. We're
That's
gonna
fine,
leave
Your
our
Honor.
settings as is, and I'm gonna wish you well. We'll see you at the next setting, April 6th. Okay,
All right.
take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Your Honor, I believe I had another hearing set in your court. I don't know if you guys got the dismissal paperwork on that case this morning. I'm not sure.
I did, and I courtesy copied both, whoever was on the original, it was, I think, Mr. Kennedy and Mr. Jessup, so that you all wouldn't have to worry about it.
Okay, I just wanted to check on that. I thought it was off, but I wanted to make sure.
You're good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, may we be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's next, Chewy?
Okay, Judge, page 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's cause number 2018 DCB 3557. Ivan Bordon versus Andale Mexican Cuisine Inc. et al. Announcement of council, please.
Your Honor, Humberto Enriquez on behalf of Ivan Bordon, plaintiff.
Sherry Rasmus on behalf of defendant, Andale Mexican Cuisine.
Your
Okay.
Honor, we are set for trial.
Hold on a second, Mr. Enriquez. Yeah, we were set for trial and set for a docket call today at 1:30, and the court received a communication in response to our jury sheets that the case is settled.
It did, Your Honor. It settled yesterday.
You know, I was very frustrated, very, very, very frustrated yesterday, because I think up into maybe even yesterday morning, maybe the day before, you know, the court had made every effort to make sure, you know, and I know that settlement is probably the preferred way, but under the circumstances that the court is under, I don't know that you all appreciate how much effort it takes to really reserve a trial, jury panels for you all. I had to fight with commissioner's court, with council of judges, with jury hall to make sure, because you all had requested. And I made you all number one, pushing every other case aside. And maybe that's my my fault for doing that. But without having the communication from you all, I mean, there was no indication that you all were still trying to work it out. And it was very frustrating yesterday to find out after, you know, we are in transition right now. I don't know if you all know, but the county has now lifted pretty much with the advice of Dr. Ocaranza, the restrictions, and still, you know, to make sure I was responding to your requests and the wishes of your clients, was really pushing everybody to make sure that I could get you your trial, including the remainder of my criminal docket. And after we did that, to just kind of not even have received a courtesy, hey, judge, you know, we're still working on settling this, was quite frustrating yesterday, quite frustrating.
Your
May I
Honor,
respond?
I can speak for Ms. Rasmus as well, that without the court's work in getting us set, number one, and pushing us to trial, that without that it would be hard for us to go to our clients and sit out with them and let them know that we're on it, and only through the clients knowing that it is going to trial, and that, you know, the rubber is going to have to hit the pavement, that they get serious about settling it and doing something. We work as hard and as diligent as we can to get the case set for trial. And all I can tell the court is that we appreciate everything that is done by this court, by all the courts down at the county courthouse, because only through your work can we get these cases either tried or resolved. And I can't say enough about having that setting and holding people's feet to the fire on both sides, both the plaintiff and the defense, so that they get real about trying to get it resolved and get serious about it. And Your Honor, I thank you, and I thank everyone there in your courtroom for doing that.
May I respond to, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am.
I hear everything that you said, and I understand everything that you said, and I appreciate everything that you did. I will tell you that I was packed. My car was loaded. I was leaving for the airport in 10 minutes when I was contacted by the claims manager of my client's insurance company to hold on. Not that it was settled, but to hold on. And so I did for most of the afternoon, and was even asked to change my flight from yesterday afternoon until this morning. So it was something that happened literally as I have a foot in the car headed to the airport to be there with you this afternoon. I'm sorry that it was that tight. I agree with Mr. Enriquez that I think it was a timing and a circumstance that was necessary to bring reality to certain people in this case. And I apologize and regret that it was at the cost of time and effort of the court, that it had to be that way. And I apologize for that. I just really appreciate your efforts in trying to accommodate us through the course of this entire case, particularly with the COVID issues. We were on our 5th trial setting because of your accommodation. And I wish everyone the best. I yesterday was not happy, but trial lawyers aren't always happy with settlement. They want to go and do their thing, but in the interest of everyone involved, and on behalf of my client, Mr. Gerardo Valles, he is grateful that it came to this result.
So I hear what you're saying. I understand that. And I think in normal circumstances, or the way we, always used to do things, that makes sense. My frustration is only that, and yes, we're probably coming out of it now, hopefully. I don't know that totally in terms of how we're going to have to deal with our dockets. But, these jury spots are valuable. And had I had some indication, I mean, really from the February, I think 24th trial setting, you all made it very clear to me that you were not, I mean, but for I think Mr. Enriquez's campaign and the way everything fell out, there was no way you all were not going to be my trial. And so if you all had at the very least communicated, say on Monday, Judge, we are ready to go, but we're still working on it. Then even as early as Tuesday, you know, I still had some 9-10 cases that I could have lined up behind you, but having not had that communication, it's as simple as just a simple indication that, hey, we might not go, you know?
We didn't.
And you still would have been number one. So I appreciate what you're saying. I thank you for the comments. I appreciate your work. I really do, because at the end of the day, you know, we're able to call off the panels, maybe another court can use them, and we're not utilizing those resources. But, you know, not just for, you know, unfortunately, we don't have the luxuries that we used to. And I understand we're not going to really have those luxuries going forward, because the courts are going to be scrutinized as we request and bring people into the courthouse. Not like it was in the past, you know, where we could just willy-nilly just bring in a panel every week and maybe we use them, maybe we don't, because there are new concerns. But let me ask you now, with the case having settled, what kind of timetable do you need to get this closed out? What do we
Your
need to
Honor,
do?
I've indicated to Mr. Enriquez that I will get a settlement agreement to him. We had briefly discussed it this morning, 10 minutes before hearing, on some of the details that could be included so that he can see it. And he has indicated to me that he will have his staff provide me with the documents I need for the insurance carrier of my client. So I anticipate that with this will move quickly and the court can check us off your list.
What's the timetable, Mr. Enriquez? What do you think?
Within 30 days, Your Honor?
Okay, I'll give you 45. Let's do 45 days. And we'll just put it for a final status. Okay, and see where we are. If you have something sooner, go ahead and forward it. Other than that, thank you very much. We'll see you
Thank you.
another day. Take care.
Thank you for all your work. I appreciate it.
Your Honor.
Take care, guys. Take care. Do we have anyone else?
We have Mr. Snyder, Judge, but I need to find out which case he's on.
All right, let's go ahead and, Mr. Snyder.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, are you here for our scheduling conference or something?
No, Your Honor, if the court will recall, we had a hearing before you 2 weeks ago. And during our hearing, you gave us a trial setting in September of 2023.
Yes.
And then you told us to confer about a scheduling order with deadlines for our case.
Yes.
In accordance with the form that you use. We have done that, but we have not yet finalized it and sent it to you for your signature.
Okay.
So that's the reason for my appearing this morning.
Where's everybody else? Nobody. Well, I don't see you scheduled. Are you scheduled? You're not scheduled today, are you?
No, ma'am. You just told us that you would give us a hearing 2 weeks from our prior hearing in the event that we weren't able to agree. And so since we had not already sent an agreed scheduling order to you, I was concerned that at least somebody, myself included, might need to appear, because I did did not want to intend any disrespect by not appearing this morning.
Thank you so much. Do me a favor, because I don't see you on the docket. Please tell me the cause number.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Give me just a moment to look it up real quick. Is 2021 DCV 3028. It is Alonzo versus Fifth Floor Freight.
Okay. So our last hearing was 322. So it looks like you all got an extra week. I said 2 weeks, and the clerks love you so much that they gave you until March 23rd. Maybe they knew something I didn't.
Well,
And
I think the reason may be that we have a couple of attorneys who are much younger than myself, who have school-age children, and they were out of town on spring break with their families this week. So that may be why we were given the extra week.
well, there you go. So I don't have you down for an entry of scheduling order hearing until March 23rd at 3